No, everybody want to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. All right.
Live and yo.
live and direct.
All right. Let's get straight to it. CloudLounGe ReMM. You got your boy,
Featuring Fractured Foot D1 live in action.
special guest.
ReMarxx, what's up? What's up?
Loving it. Lovely life. Beautiful time.
In the CloudLounGe.
Ain't that right? CloudLounGe. What you on, vape?
Yeah,
What's up?
Watermelon. Elf bar.
That's metal, right? Shit, metal.
Nah, it's probably plastic.
All right. Xen ReMM. It's been a while. It's been a couple of weeks, man, but people been staying consistent and staying productive and everything. You know what I mean? But we back. We here. We got special guest, ReMarxx.
Hey,
You know what I mean? Let's get straight to it, too. What's up, ReMarxx? What's the deal? Where you from?
what's up? What's up? Born and raised in New York. Then 9/11 happened, and I moved to Springfield, Massachusetts. Been here ever since. I guess I've been here longer than I've been in New York. So I got to shout out Springfield 413. What's up?
Oh, okay. True. I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
I thought it was like a Springfield native or whatnot. Yeah.
Oh, Brooklyn, New
I'm
York.
Hartford bred, Hartford,
Oh,
Connecticut, and I came out here to Holyoke and Springfield, Chicopee. Where you
We
from?
are
Springfield.
from Springfield, Mass. Yep, born
Hey,
and
he's the
raised.
native.
Didn't go nowhere.
Hey.
Stayed here.
That's what's
Fire.
up. That's up. I didn't know you were from Hartford, bro.
Me either.
Yeah, me neither. Originally from heaven, but you know
Definitely.
the birth out in Hartford, heartbeat beat down,
The
Connecticut, and all that. You know what I mean? We feeling right. You know what I mean? We're CloudLounging prior to this, greet to this interview. You know, it's been a few weeks, like I was saying, but ReMarxx. You know what I mean? I've been knowing ReMarxx for a few years now, probably like almost 2 decades, huh?
Been a minute. Yep.
Like in a few years, it'd be almost 2 decades.
For real.
Really tapping in the past few years, you know what I mean, as far as like creativity and music and all that shit, you know what I mean? But tell people a little about yourself. Like what you know what I mean? You do music.
Yeah. Definitely do music. I like to dibble and dabble in a lot of things, but straightforward music, like we were talking before, started rapping when I was in 6th grade. Was kind of a cool thing, had my little clique, and then, there's a bunch of other cliques in high school, and that just inspired me to start writing bars. And then I fell in love with the music and the hip hop and the culture and all that stuff. And I mean, I'm still doing it today, you know what I mean? But trying to evolve into like podcast and just more like social media influencer and that wave, you know what I mean? I'm trying to. We old now, so I want to share some gems. You know what I mean? Guys,
Excuse
share
me.
some gems.
Old is a mindset, brother.
Nah, I still feel young in my head.
What's it like stepping into the media influencer world?
Definitely hard. I'm learning a lot. But it's definitely. I mean, you gotta be in the real game. Like it's hard. You gotta spend a lot of time editing stuff. You gotta pay attention to what songs are like popping, because that makes a whole difference. Like when you put music behind it, you gotta think about visuals.
That's
all
what
that
they're doing
stuff.
now, right? Putting the music behind the audio.
Yeah, you never catch me doing dances though. I'm not doing no TikTok dances or anything like that.
You got a TikTok though, right?
Nah, I don't. I never had a TikTok, which is I need to get on with the times sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But just do mostly Instagram. I like Instagram. Still in the book. I like the
IG.
book, and I'm old.
Would you say it's easier to like get into something else and gain a following than it is to just start being a social media influencer? Because I know you do a whole bunch of stuff. So would you say like doing that stuff is easier? Because I feel like social media influencing is like really hard to step into. Like,
Without a following,
In what category though?
I feel like
Like posts, memes, like rap, like poetry, like captions, like fashion, like what category are you talking about, like from him attaining?
I feel like any kind, like
Yeah.
when it comes to social media and
Social media.
influencing.
That's the new wave, either way, content creating. I
Yeah.
be stuck watching all sorts of type of walks of life on YouTube.
yeah, and it's so cool because like creativity goes a long way. Like that's how you stand out. You gotta be unique, and so many dope reels out there, and from like just people who share wisdom to people who share spiritual stuff to stupid stuff to like everyday like girls brushing their hair to music. I don't know, like so many. There's some makeup girls who talk about makeup and just sharing news clips and their opinion on it. so many different things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Definitely hard to do without a following, but I don't know. That's why you got to start somewhere.
I think the beauty is probably in all those routes that you could take, right?
Yeah.
Like all the options that you have.
For
'Cause
real.
That you can, like you just said, you could do anything and post it, and
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy by any means, but in the grand scheme, it sounds.
It's characters online, right?
Yeah.
You could be some type of character.
Yeah, even some comedians like with skits and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I've spent hours watching some of those.
I love those.
Skits
the reels.
would be fire
Yeah.
to do. I'd love to do skits.
Skits.
Yeah,
You'll be doing that. You'll be interested in doing.
I
Some
would
shit?
be. Yeah, and that'd be dope.
That's pretty hard. That's dope. Like people doing that shit. I know people on Huddle be doing that.
So you just gotta get into a room and start writing skits and how you gonna do it and just make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, the age in the internet, legit anything that your passion is, if you can market it the right way, you could make it. Yeah, like even people cooking. I've seen so many reels of people
Yeah.
cooking or holistic medicine and the oils and the sea moss stuff. People promoting that help. You
I
know,
want to
health.
get some of that. The pharmacy. The farm life. Something like that. Styles P. Excuse me. I got the name wrong, but they got black sea moss and all
Yeah,
that shit. Like,
yeah.
Some healthiness. Like
Yeah.
healthy.
And that's my biggest struggle is that because it's like I know a lot about a little or a little about a lot. I don't know how that goes, but it's like I want to do so much. So I've come across I've talked to multiple people and I asked them, do you think I should make separate accounts for each separate thing, right? Or should I just do everything under one account? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why not?
And I got mixed responses. Some people said you should do it. You have a following now, just do everything under your one account, and then if anything, make separate playlists and shit like that for whatever. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know because it's hard. Because then I don't know. What if people don't mess with your music, but they mess with your skits or something like that?
Yeah. Well, at least they'll know you're talented all around.
Yeah.
Like the majority of people who are content creating.
Yeah,
Since
and that's
like 2014 and up and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like since 2010, that decade started, the content creating on YouTube, late 08, 09. You know what I mean? Like Twitter following and then taking it over to YouTube, content creating. You know what I mean? You had an early YouTube? I had one in 06, man. Like around the time that shit started.
yeah. I gotta get my YouTube game up. I think I have 43 subscribers or something like that. But yeah, I definitely have YouTube because I started doing the podcast.
Yeah.
I put the podcast in there, put some of my music videos on there. Some just songs. I did
Content
like
creating and a
lyric
YouTube
videos.
channel, you know?
Yeah. But that's the thing. I have all that under one account, so it's just like, is there a benefit to just making a separate account? You know what I'm saying? So that the people that mess with only that will go there, or does it rub
I
people
would
off
say
the wrong way?
Like for me, like I make mad SoundCloud accounts. And this is from 2005 to 2006. Music. This is from 2011 to 2013. Music. This is mixed songs that I don't have that's on other websites of music. And all the accounts follow each other. And I even started doing that shit with the YouTube, man.
Word.
Just throwing some Lucy's, some singles on some YouTube shit, trying to fuck with visualizers and throwing it on that. Keeping
Word.
it separate from Xen ReMM, where I have music videos that I edit and release on my own, and separate from the Xen ReMM, which is vlogging, and CloudLounge with Rem podcast. You know what I mean? That's where you can view
Check it
these
out.
visuals.
Follow, subscribe.
You know what I mean? But there's a benefit just having more, you know what I mean, content,
Yeah.
creating it. You know what I mean? Whether you like the followers or not, like I have followers, high, low, bots, ghosts, all that shit. But me personally, I feel like there's always just one follower every day. You know what I mean? But you know, that's why we stay productive and stay more busy. You know what I mean?
Consistency.
Enrich the soil. You know what I mean?
But see, there's a conundrum right there. You talk. How do you manage all that then? Like that gets isn't that a lot of hard work?
Yo, YouTube is organized, man. On the iPhone, you click
it is?
it and you just click account, check account, and then you can switch account.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the same shit like with my
Like
Gmails. I got like
Instagram.
6 Gmails. You know what I mean?
I have 3 Instagrams.
At that point,
I got 3 Instagrams too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The personal one that I originally started,
Yeah.
my personal and music mix. Then I got T Remedy where I can spam if I want or archive.
Yep.
Or whatever, engage, and then I have password sharing with the Resurrection Studio. You know what I mean? Where we put collective, you know, like these clips and like, you know, music coming out, visuals.
Word.
Yeah.
I feel like with having like so many accounts aimed in so many different directions, at that point, it's just managing the workload probably, and just deciding like how you're gonna distribute
Managing
into
it.
each different kind of
Staying consistent.
yeah.
I mean, there's a
Like-
lot to juggle. We gotta write down people.
Another thing for me, right, when you do that is it's so hard to not contaminate your other pages because you get lazy. Like I also wanted to do gaming clips, right? Because I'd be going off sometimes playing COD or whatever. You put like a dope song behind it, and people love that. You could get a lot of views on that.
Yeah.
So instead of making a separate account for that, I put it in my music account. But then everything gets contaminated, and I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know I don't know if there's a real right answer, but sometimes I just feel like whitewashing everything and starting new, and then
No. I don't know why that's a trend with people. Why they just get rid of shit.
Why?
At least archive it, but people legit delete songs, visuals off of their accounts. That's crazy. That's memories, man. That's like, you can look back at what you did, you know what I mean, in 2016 or, you know what I mean, whatever. You can get rid of that shit. I mean, teach his own.
I deleted a verse, and I was telling you about it the other day, and you gave me the same exact reaction. That's so that reaction I was expecting when you said that.
Yeah.
Because I have a big habit of doing that. Like, and when I feel like something wasn't that, just see you later, delete it.
Yeah.
And I probably shouldn't. I probably should keep it just to like work off of it, like use it to go off.
References,
of again.
yeah. Even if, you know what I mean, if you record a song in 2020 and then I have something to do now. I started in 2020. It's 2020, end of 2023, full quarter. I'm gonna release it for 2024. People don't know that, but you can let people know, and they'll be, why you holding off on shit? You know what I mean? It's like, why not? What's the rush? You know what I mean?
True.
Just trial and error, or just, polish them gems daily, no matter what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you rush it, you most of the time you don't get it right. Yeah. So you might as well just wait until you feel like you got it. It's finally all put together in your head at least, so that way there you can try.
Mm-hmm. So what's the deal? You say you did podcasts.
Yep.
When you started that? Pandemic era or?
Yep. Around 2020. Yep. Started. It's called ReMarxx on Life. It was I had a co-host, Talissa. Shout out Talissa. She does makeup, all that stuff. Hit her up for sure. Business minded. Springfield, I believe. I don't know if she was born in Springfield, but definitely living here now, or I don't know, she might be moved to, I don't know. But because I haven't done a podcast in like a year or two, so it's been a minute. But yeah, that was up on my YouTube, ReMarxx on Life. It was about trending topics. We would just take news clips and share opinion, and also, let people also know what's trending, what people talking about.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
True. And what you be talking about on your personal, if you don't mind me asking, aside from what society talks about?
What do you mean?
Or what brings you comfort on shit you like to talk about? Like amongst your peers, amongst your family, amongst whoever you're around. Like, what do you talk about on a daily? Aside from doing a podcast or talk about something, what do you like to talk about?
Just really, I just try to either share knowledge or share like uplifting things. Really, I don't really try to. Yeah, I don't get personal with my life, or I just try to uplift others, or especially I'm big on like telling people don't rush things, don't try to compare. Because social media is easy to compare yourself to others, and that's when you fall back or you get depressed or you're like, oh, I'm not doing enough. And people don't realize, like, there's not a right way to do things. You don't have to, like, go to school, then get married, then have children, then, everything. Everybody has a different path.
That is American dream. Or,
Right. But it's the different
Western
path.
part of the world. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's people who got successful when they were 33, 41. Like, never stop. We were talking about this earlier. Age of the internet, you can make anything. Any passion of yours, you can make money off of it if you market it the right way. Mm-hmm. So if you like cooking, if you like sports, if you like gaming, like anything, there's a category for everything nowadays. Just go on YouTube.
It's crazy. I was legit on X, formerly known as Twitter. I love that. I love going on Twitter, comments and threads, and it's a wild world in the virtual world, I'll tell you.
For real.
But I saw something about, damn, man, I legit just forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, that's how it is when you cloud lounging. I'll get back to that. You know what I mean? Yo, D1, let's talk about that cast on your foot. What's the deal, man? You straight?
Yeah. So, I do MMA, And I was in jiu-jitsu class. I was sparring with a fellow teammate, and it was really no fault of his. I had just recently got a tattoo right here. So I was going to do a specific move, which required me to put my shin over my foot. And when I went to do that, I realized that the tattoo was there, so I didn't like completely commit. I had my foot like that, and it should have been right here. And he did the right thing, and he pushed forward so that way there I wouldn't have the grip. But instead of letting go, I cinched trying to keep it. And when I rolled, my foot went crack because I came down on it with my shin over it. I went backward like that, and it went boom.
Fractured, broke, torn,
Probably sprained.
sprained.
Yeah, more than
All that
probably
shit
not
hurt,
actually
man.
fractured.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it hurt. I was still rolling though. I'd finished the round and I was gonna do another one, but then I was like, I probably won't. So I went home. I went to the gym and it was all right. Like I iced it and everything, so I didn't think much of it. And then I woke up the next day, and when I woke up the next day, it hurt. It hurt like a motherfucker.
bet.
I started walking and I was like, oh. Yeah,
Your mind is on that the whole day,
Yeah.
whole week. It's like,
Going down the stairs,
Throbbing.
bro, was impossible. Like, it sucked. It was not easy. I didn't go to work for one day and stuff because standing on it
Yikes.
was annoying. But it's better
you
now.
did go to the studio. I saw you in the studio with that bad boy.
I never quit. I never quit.
Nah, that's the beauty. Yo, all right. I remember what I was talking about before I spaced out. Zwarped. And it was about being on X. I saw something. It was talking about content creators, streamers are the new rappers.
Okay.
You saw that?
Nah.
I ain't seen no bullshit. Talking about, well, they making more money. They getting deals. Making, you know what I mean? A lot of people are watching. 140K.
Streaming like gaming?
People watching. No, like people like just doing shit.
Okay. Like live?
Yeah, like
Okay.
a Fousey Tube, like a Sneeko, a Aiden Ross, like them young cats. You know what I mean? Like Andrew Tate, like all that content creating shit. That's crazy, huh? Like, and they actually making money, but they got a viewership,
Not
to say
definitely.
the least.
I have a crowd.
Interesting.
A very big crowd, too.
That's why I say it goes back to being a character. Like, you could live IRL and be you, but in virtual world, you could be whatever the fuck. You could be a character.
Definitely.
You know, remember the era of mad people getting face tattoos and all that shit? It's interesting. It's art, but it's interesting. Cause now it's like it's not that right now. You know what I mean?
Now
more
it's
of
just acting crazy on the internet.
acting crazy on the internet, recording,
Stunts.
doing shit, the life, like 48 hours streaming. You know what I mean? Doing all type of shit. It's crazy. I wouldn't want a fucking camera on me the whole 24 hours. You know what I mean?
Nah. I just heard, I don't know if you're familiar with Jersey Shore, but Paulie D was on a podcast and he basically was saying how everything was. And like, he got hit up randomly by a random person talking about send me some videos of like your daily, what you do on your daily life or whatever. And he thought it was weird. Like he blocked him at first or whatever because it was random. And then, they asked again or whatever. He went back and he sent them like of him working out, tanning, all that shit. Didn't hear shit for months. Then randomly got said like, oh, come out and for 30 days and come get like for a show or whatever, reality show, something like that. But not really a lot of information or anything like that. And again, he wasn't going to do it because he's a DJ and he had like,
He was
tours
signed
and stuff like that.
to G Note or something like that. G-Unit.
But then he decided to do it. And he did it, and he said it was just mad random at the time. MTV didn't even pick it up, and it was like a camera 24/7 on them, on just their, like, I don't know. And they talked about how that could get in the way and how that was like very hard. And then they finished filming, didn't hear nothing for like another year, and then they didn't find out that it became like a show until they saw the fucking commercial on MTV for Jersey Shore.
Wow.
Oh, for that, yeah.
And he's like, wow. But I mean, it definitely.
That's like Real World. Remember Real World? Early MTV days?
Yep.
Real World?
And supposedly they're gonna keep doing
It
it.
cycles.
They're gonna keep
History
doing
repeats
Jersey
itself.
Shore sucking fucking seasons.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Like the same people?
yeah, they've been going for a while now too.
With the Jersey drill beats
Yeah.
now.
For
Jersey
real.
drill beats. That
It's
shit
weird.
hard.
Then he was even talking about like they only had select clubs you could go to like at some points, and then when they got big, they would be fighting all the time, and like their bouncers wouldn't even help or whatever. And sometimes people would just look for a fight to get like clout. So every time they went somewhere, they would just start
fight.
drama. I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks. And how he got a lot of shit for not being from New Jersey, and it's just it was very insightful on like reality TV and just you think it wouldn't happen like that, right? Because Jersey Shore, I mean, they're like icons. I guess maybe not for the younger generation, but at least my generation.
No, there was a good time period where my mom had them on TV, so I'd walk by and I'd see something and I'd just be like, "What?" So I'd have to sit and see what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
because
I mean-
even as a kid, you're like, "That's so dumb. Why are they doing this?"
Mad dumb, but that's
That's what made it,
popping.
though.
They came out with so many like sayings, like GTL, Gym 10 Laundry.
Yeah.
The Cavs are here. The Cavs are here.
Cavs are
T-shirt
here.
time or whatever. Like it's crazy.
And they did that with no hesitation. Like everything that they did in that show seemed so natural. They got along so well. Like
Yeah.
that's what kind of made the show.
Yeah.
You didn't feel like you were just watching a bunch of like individual idiots. It was like a big family of them. And it was super entertaining.
For real.
Like some of the most entertaining parts of TV were watching like the fights between like Sam and Ron and shit like that.
Oh my gosh, there's so many memes now of them.
Or like that fight that Ron and that other guy got in.
Or Mike freaking smashing his head on the
Yeah.
wall, giving himself a concussion. Came back
Yeah.
with the neck piece, the neck brace. Oh man, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's so easy nowadays to make anything your passion. Even talking about X, Jet Nation on Twitter, like is such a like they have so much power. Like it's ridiculous. All they gotta do is post about something, and they can like get a policy like changed in the NFL or get the team to talk about it. Like it's wild. Or
Yeah.
even them promoting like anything Jet Nation. It's crazy.
If the reach is big enough, that's all that matters.
And they get so big, they find their ways into documentaries, like actual sport documentaries. Like they got these people in there that are just regular people that are super fans, and they just have a big enough following, so they get included and stuff like that, or invited places. You know what I mean? Or special perks. They get to interview the players. Like these aren't professional journalists, sports journalists. They just random people, and they'll
People
get
with knowledge and community.
them on their podcasts and stuff like that. It's wild.
That's fire.
It's wild.
That's fire. You know what I want to do right now while the camera's still rolling? Just change the view. You know, because my other phone shut off. So while we still keeping this going on CloudLounge, you know what I mean, and discussing different topics and what have you, I'm gonna move the camera.
We'll be right back.
It's clumsy, bro.
For sure.
We back.
We back.
Live in action.
So I had a question for Don. D1.
For D1. Yeah.
Don D1. What got you into MMA? And when
Well-
did you start, I guess?
I started MMA just about a year ago. I was always super into like watching the sport. I was a big fan of combat sports in general. Like, didn't matter if it was boxing, wrestling, any of that stuff. I always liked it. But it resonated with me for some reason because like there was a time period in my life where I just felt like I needed to like
Hit something.
really I needed to like watch someone visually like get through something like difficult, and because I was going through something difficult and I didn't feel like I had like the power to go through it, and like music helped, yeah, but like watching someone go through it was like proof. And then I thought to myself, I could do that. So then I just slowly started like practicing by myself, like going to a regular gym, just getting in shape, and then ended up getting a membership to an actual gym where now I do jiu-jitsu competitively and MMA competitively as well.
Word.
I want to do boxing and kickboxing as well.
Why not?
Yeah, because I might as well just get them all off the list if I can.
Tools to the toolbox, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's fire.
The training must have been pretty vigorous, huh?
The
Oh,
discipline
dude,
on it.
yeah, you can't just like, you can't just send someone through that. Like, you got to be tough. Like, and I don't go to a gym where like they necessarily overwork you or beat you up or anything like that. But if you go there on a bad day and you're sparring with someone who ain't had a good day, you can always tell. And if you didn't get the best of that situation, that 5 minutes, whatever it may be, you also can always tell.
5 minutes, hot, hang it.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah, it don't sound like a
Long
long
ass
time.
No, it's long.
Yeah.
Shit
I'm
long.
sure you getting punched it's long.
Oh yeah, and when you got to punch back too, like
Nah,
Yeah,
definitely.
punch back, yeah.
punching back is.
But like you said, if you having a bad day, somebody else is having a good day.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's why I'm picky about when I go. Like I don't go on like bad days. I go as often as I can though. Like most of the time, there's nothing that would make me like get out of character to that point. But if something super serious has happened, I tend to not go just because that's in the back of the mind. And you literally like you sign a waiver when you go to these gyms, and you're acknowledging the fact that like you can die, like something can happen to you or whoever else you're training with.
You do that on the flip side too. Like if you're having an angry day, like I'm not gonna go today because I'll probably kill somebody, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, most of the time, if I'm having a real bad day, then I won't go because I just know like.
Because I can imagine some people just going on those days.
Oh yeah,
and then fucking up somebody pretty bad. I would feel bad about it after. I'd be like, damn, you know what I mean? I took it out on you.
and trying to control someone who you can tell is having a bad day when you're sparring with them ain't easy because you gotta find that threshold where it's like not a hard hit, but hard enough to let them know like, hey,
Like, check them, man.
yeah, like you gotta cool them down. Because some people want to go in there and be champions at the gym, and it's like this ain't the place. This is the place where you lose. Like you go be a champion in the octagon competitively. Here, just be willing to let whatever's gonna happen. Give it your best, but let whatever happens. Give it your absolute best when you got to do push-ups or running or whatever else it is that they make us do. Yeah, because we don't just fight. We do like actual
stamina. You need
other
stamina.
workouts.
5 minutes fighting, you need stamina. That's for sure.
So we'll do
Even boxing.
We'll do a minute drill, and there's no break in between all of these. We start with push-ups. We do one set of sit-ups. Then we do planks, and then we do another set of sit-ups. We do
Busy.
mountain climbers. One more set of sit-ups, squats,
Fuck no.
lunges, burpees, and
Fuck burpees.
Burpee.
and there's one more thing, but I forgot what it was. But
You said you have no break in between these things?
yeah, yep.
It's just back
No
to
water?
back to back to back to back to back.
Yep, and then you get water after that, and then after that we go hit the bag for 5 minutes, no break.
Whew.
Lovely. It's a great sweat, a great workout.
You'll
great
have to have an
discipline.
ambulance on deck for me. Be out of breath. But that's why you said you can't go like just some average Joe off the street. You gotta like prepare yourself.
Yeah, and I knew that. Thank God I knew that, because if I didn't and I just went there thinking I could just do that, like I would have got a rude awakening. And you see people who get that rude awakening too. They come in and they're like, "Oh, I could do this. I'm this guy, that guy." We get through like the first set of drills, and they're looking at the ground with their head in their hands, like, "Shit,
What did I sign up for?
yeah, I'm not the bodybuilder I thought I was."
Word. I think that's so important though, because that teaches discipline. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think every man needs to know discipline. You know, if you don't know this discipline, then you lost, and you don't have like any kind of order in your life.
Yeah.
So that's good. I was like boxing. I was to get into boxing, or even just boxing training, or like, you know what I mean? Even that is good to get into shape.
Yeah, it is 100%.
Jump roping, you know.
I think it's good for like your everyday life. Like how
definitely.
you said, like instills a super insane amount of discipline, especially if you're under the right people. Like even if you're just the average gym goer who just likes to train every now and then, it gives you like a very militant discipline that people could use.
Which is needed. Discipline and integrity is needed in the youth and the young men. You know what I mean? So make sure
Definitely.
you find some type of practice where you can work on your health and your wealth. You know what I mean? All in totality. You know, the mind, you know, the physical and the spirituality. You know,
For
MMA, discipline. For me, the only feet rising is when I kick back in my office and listen to some reference music before going to the studio. I'll do some push-ups, you know, but I got a dad bod, you know, the past few months. And in this season, stay tuned in the
good
next season,
winter.
motherfucker.
My advice: put them gloves on, put them shoes on, set a 3-minute timer, and get someone else to do the same damn thing.
Yep. Catch an uppercut, motherfucker.
Improve your life.
I try to go to the gym at least twice a week. I've been pretty consistent for about 4 or 5 months now.
Awesome. You feel alive.
2 times a week. It's good, yeah, and you feel the difference when you don't go. It's just, a lot of life, right? is just setting habits, good habits, because it's so easy to get into bad habits.
For
And
sure.
then breaking out of them is the hardest part. But once you do that
the beauty.
and you set good habits, oh my gosh. Same thing, like I'm trying to take cold showers in the morning, like every morning. Because that also is like a mind body thing. Like your mind has to be stronger than your body, and it teaches discipline and stuff like that. But it's hard. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah.
you just gotta pick something and stick with it at least for a month, because it takes 3 weeks to form a habit. 3 weeks, guys, it's a long time, but even longer to break habits. So first you gotta break the habit, then start a good habit. But
Yeah. Learn and unlearn.
Have you ever tried ice baths?
nope.
I don't know.
Those things are hell. I
You
tried
do that?
one. Yeah, I tried one. I have one my own, but I very rarely use it because you got to be ready for that. Like
What is it, a big bucket or like a
it's
top?
yeah, it's basically like this big rubber cool looking thing, and you fill it up. It's huge, and then you put about 2 bags of ice in it, and then I try to stay in there for like a minute.
Yeah. I
Like
heard that's
30
something
seconds.
You gotta gradually work too. First do 5 or 10 seconds, and then keep gradually extending it too.
This bro, when you sit in there for a second, it feels like you're high. Like you put your shoulders down, and then you get this really weird feeling, and then all of a sudden, like you kind of you're like, okay, this isn't
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
But you have to really fight through shaking. Like
Yeah.
once you stop shaking, you're okay.
I'm sure
Yeah.
a minute feels like an hour too.
Oh, so long, so long.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like mind over body. It's good to train yourself like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of life is emotions. And if you let your emotions take you, then you're gonna be doing some shitty things. And if you don't break out of that, then I don't know. That's sad. But you always gotta try to evolve. At least me, I'm always trying to evolve, always trying to grow. I think Rem's like that
Every day
too.
evolving new episodes.
So like strengthen your mind, strengthen your body, strengthen your spirit.
Woo!
Like for real.
Yeah, I live off of that script
Yep.
always. You know what I mean? Like renew your mind, strengthen your heart.
I know a lot of people don't know why they're depressed. They don't know why they're lustful. They don't know why any of it. But if you start really paying attention to the content that you're consuming every day, right? You listening to all them sad boy songs. You seeing fucking videos of half naked girls all the time. Like that stuff is why you feeling the way you are, dog. You know what I mean? So be mindful of that and start feeding your brain what you want more of.
But
you
what
know
if
I'm
they
saying?
feel good off of that?
I mean, then
It's the wicked ways of the world, bro.
more
So, I mean,
more power to you. But I know more often than not, people feel like they want to get away from that.
Would you say that they feel good for real, or they feel good in the moment? Like you know how like they say about
both,
drugs?
man. It's the same shit. Like you going chasing after a vice, and then after you're done being drunk, you're like, "Fuck, why did I do that? I don't even gonna go to work." It's, you know what I mean? You gotta weigh it out, but it's both for everything. I don't know.
My mantra that kind of got me to change that is what's temporary to eternal. You know what I'm saying? These temporary, we're looking for
True
temporary
word.
happiness, temporary good feelings of wholesomeness, and
The
it's like,
temporary is what people think is cool, and that's the wicked ways of the world, and it's always been that way.
Yep.
The movies with people with kill sticks and a cowboy hat and dark shades, making that shit look cool. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's wicked ways of the world. To now, to women half naked and shit. You know, it's a wicked ways of the world. I mean, teacher's zone. I don't even want to get into that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I saw you already. Like,
Then you wake up feeling shitty after though, and I don't know.
Wendy's twice a day.
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You know what I'm saying? If you on a path where you want different results, you got to do different things. So, just a gem for anybody out there who wants to make a change in their life. If not, keep doing you. You learn. You know what I'm saying? It's I've been there. You know, sex, drugs, it's just popping.
But
Feels
all
good in
that
the
comes
moment.
with being comfortable. We're not supposed to be comfortable. When we're feeling uncomfortable, that's when shit is actually popping. You know what I mean? Like things is in your favor or all that. When you're uncomfortable, because you got a choice to be a bitch or get to it, and you know what I mean, enter new dimensions.
That's how I feel when I'm fighting, which is why I feel like I instill it with everything else that I do now. Because I enjoy fighting as a sport, as an art, but like if any fighter tells you he genuinely enjoys getting punched in the face or that's a comfortable situation for him, those 5 minutes are never comfortable. Those more than 5 minutes, depending on what you're dealing with in that day. But those are never comfortable. And I feel like getting through those small moments for me are what show me like everything else is nothing. Like
Yeah.
if I can do that and go
Yeah.
through that kind of hell, like
Yeah.
whatever else I'm gonna do today. Like,
Yeah,
ain't got shit
it'd be
on
good.
that. That's for sure. Like, I could get through that easy.
Shows you what you're made of. That's dope.
And I think that even not MMA, just going to the gym for other people is something that
Yeah.
can do that for people. Because, like,
That's needed.
it's
for
like,
sure.
it's different, but like lifting weights and stuff like that makes people feel the same way to a degree when they're committed and continuously grow in the weights that they're
People
lifting.
do that playing basketball at the courts or outside.
Yep.
They do that, or people hitting the treadmill or the bike. You know, the speed, whatever. What's that?
Bikes. The
Those,
bikes.
those Tour de France people. Those,
Marathons,
Tour
whew.
de France people.
That's no joke too.
Yeah.
The triathlons.
Triathlons?
Yeah, shit. Wow, how many miles?
I don't. You gotta
How
be
many
crazy to
miles
sign
they
up for one of
on?
those.
In the water, on the bike, running too. Woo.
Yeah.
No thank you.
I can't do
Again,
that.
you're gonna need an ambulance on deck for me.
We're gonna need 3 ambulances.
I got
on
duck-billed
deck.
platypus feet. I got flat feet, so I can't run. I mean, I can run. I can run fast, but I ain't gonna do no.
Triathlon.
I don't know.
I got flat feet too. I
You
feel
too?
your pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got a little arc. But it's nothing to brag about.
Bro, I like to swim, but if the triathlon was swimming in the ocean, then I'm not. I'm
I'm afraid of the
waves.
ocean.
I'm not a fan of the ocean at all, bro.
If I'm afraid of anything, it'll be the ocean.
I don't fuck with that.
That's probably how you died in your past life. You
Died?
probably were on the Titanic.
The Titanic. 1902, 1912, son.
I mean, probably.
Bro, that
Really?
ocean shit that's a different world out there. Like,
Yeah.
when people go like deep sea
Undiscovered.
fishing and stuff, like that's crazy to me. Like, people always talk about ocean animals not wanting to like kill humans and stuff, and it's like, yeah, but the ones that they did take didn't come back, like to tell you that they took them. So how would we know?
For real, right?
They're already gone.
They get wiped out by a wave.
Yeah, oh, that whale
Or tsunami
That
or
whale doesn't
whale.
want to hurt you. It won't go after you. Yeah, that's what the last guy thought.
And you want to talk about darkness too. This is pitch black out in the middle of the ocean. Pitch black. You ever been on a cruise?
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's scary out there.
For real.
I would not want to be out there in the middle of the ocean. Woof.
What's the back? Stern?
What do you mean?
On a boat?
I don't know.
Right, there's a
couldn't tell you.
dock, stern, there's a... I forgot that, man.
But I've been on a couple cruises out nighttime. But you know, storms or lightning storms, beautiful. You can
Yeah.
see it in the ocean. Definitely dope. But I don't know. I guess heights for me, like being really high up.
I don't like heights.
I don't like heights.
I don't like
No.
heights. I won't lie. I can do them. Like I can
Elevator.
go up high places.
Superman.
Elevators are fun.
Nah, fuck the elevator.
Like, there was this time I hiked up this mountain or whatever, and they had this big tower. It was like a 55-foot tower, and it was basically a single wooden staircase, super old. And I was going all the way up to the top of it, and I made it up to the top. And like, I was cool, but in the back of my head, I was like, this could go so wrong so fast. Like, I don't like.
Was it a windy day?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was up, and you could hear it come into the windows.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
I went to the Grand Canyon maybe a year or two ago. And they have this section that they just made a bridge, but it's all glass, and it's like
Oh, that sounds
scary as hell. Yes,
Looking down, bro.
you
fuck
they make
that.
you put like slippers on your shit because you can't like scratch up the
said
glass
Grand
because you weaken
Canyon?
it. Yeah, so yeah, I have to go with like little slippers on. It's crazy.
That's what I thought about.
If you make me put slippers on so I don't scratch the glass so that it doesn't weaken when I scratch it,
that
I'm
glass
not going.
thing is in, is it CN Tower or something like in Toronto?
Oh,
The
I know what
restaurant
you're
up
talking
top,
about. Yeah,
that
yeah.
glass thing, that's up there. Yeah, that's
That would be
scary,
dope though.
man.
That'd be dope. I wouldn't mind doing that. I gotta do that
I
sometime.
went to the top of I think it's called the Prudential Building in Boston. And
Oh,
basically
hard.
you go up to the very, very top and they have this little spot where you can almost like walk out per se. And
On the glass type?
Yeah, and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
That's when I developed my uncomfortableness with heights.
Leaning over, looking over a building. You're like, oh, shit.
There's not many things I'm really like afraid of, but I get uncomfortable like
Definitely,
kind of easy.
definitely makes
Like-
me uneasy.
Like going out in the woods and stuff. I like hiking, but being out in the woods, you never know.
Ticks.
I worry about
Coyotes.
bears and
He
shit.
said ticks.
Like if I saw a bear, bro, I don't know what
A
I'd do.
bear.
Oh, I saw this video of a dude and a bear came and he legit opened the gate and he was like, "Go, We don't want you here.
He
And
bounced.
the bear patted him. He was like, no, go. And the bear just dipped. I was like, yo, lucky. It was a black bear, too.
He
but-
saw he wasn't fearing.
They say that black bears are supposed to be like the less aggressive
Yeah.
ones, and the grizzlies will like
Yeah,
just
the
kill you.
brown bear. You don't want to see a brown bear.
Polar bears are the worst though.
I don't want to see no bear.
Nah,
Me
for real.
either.
For real, for
When
real.
I went to Vermont, that was my biggest fear because we went out and like this. Me and my friends rented a little cabin. It was completely in the woods, no connection, nobody around, nothing like that. And we'd go out on walks and stuff. And my biggest fear wasn't seeing someone. Like my biggest fear was a bear, just feeling like now's the time to strike.
And you think you could outrun a bear, but nope,
Oh.
you cannot outrun a bear, so don't try.
I'm
And
already knowing.
Run towards the bear.
apparently you're supposed to either
That's
play
the best idea. You're supposed to play like you're tough, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like
Yeah.
that's what they say.
that or
Yeah,
play
man.
dead, right?
Or yeah, or just
move
stand
on.
completely still.
You either get eaten or you fucking at least go out fighting a fucking bear, right? And you'll be bruised up. You ain't gonna let him fucking kill you. You'll be bruised up.
Not even, bro. You're gonna be slashed, bro. Just slashed, like oh.
Depend on where you tackle the fucking bear first.
Where would you go for the bear first? Because if I'm going for the bear, bro, I'm trying to go
Belly button?
under it. I'm trying to get under the bear and
Hit the knees.
If it falls
something, I
on
don't know.
top of you, you dead.
I'd rather just get crushed than all that other stuff.
I guess that's true.
But you know how sometimes like they'll like kind of. I'm trying to
you
get
gonna
like
tackle the fuck out of it.
under.
Yeah.
Imagine I shot a wrestling takedown on the bear.
Doing the boar. There's like a spear.
Yeah,
For real.
that bear would
Spear the
just fall
fucking
on
bear.
me, and I'd probably be fucked, but I'd still try.
I'll run and do like I'll jump up and knee him, like on the
End
shoulder.
up like
End with a good kick,
Leonardo
you know, scared.
DiCaprio in Remnant. You fucking end up with a whole coat. Like yeah, I just fucked
Ah,
up a bear.
yeah.
I was walking around with a knife, and I knew like I was still fucked. If a bear
Yeah, with a
came
bear?
and all I had was a knife, I'd still be screwed.
I have a honey pot. Right?
He's
Oh,
looking
Winnie.
for a
bear.
Winnie the Pooh.
Give a pot of
better
Bro
hope
said
it's
if I
Winnie
make
for that
peace with
ass.
the bear,
Huh?
if I make peace with the bear, I won't want to get me. Just give it all the honey.
I talk to the animals. I go to my car. There's a little birdie pulling up every day near my tires. And I'm, what up, man? They just walk away. They always see me. They don't be scared and shit.
You have any animal fears, either of you? Like
Snakes, and I guess like a tarantula or like big, like the spiders in Australia with the wings, bro.
Oh fuck those.
Oh, damn.
Oh yeah, fuck.
forgot.
I
Fuck
would
that.
not want to see one of those.
Flying beetles type shit.
They would, if they was one in my house, I would move out and let them take the whole house.
Bro said I'm out of there by tomorrow.
I'm out because they're just gonna breed. I don't even want to stay there. No.
Real estate agent on speed dial. I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Or I saw a video too. I don't know where it was, but it was locusts. There were just thousands of locusts, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Thousands, and those are big ass bugs. I don't know if they look like
Yeah.
grasshoppers, kind of, but yo, they were everywhere in the house,
Thing
outside,
When the plague.
on the mailbox. Like there was not an inch of fucking space. It was just locusts everywhere, bro. Like what?
Absolutely, fuck that. Bugs are like they get me because they come in packs.
I'm gonna
Like, there's
get
just
itchy
hundreds of
talking about it.
thousands of them at once. Like
They just annoying to me. I don't really. I'm starting to. All right, talking about animals. I was definitely afraid of bees, right? To the point where I would like run out the car like a little bitch, like stuff like that, right? But I started thinking, you talk about you gotta be in control of your mind. So I'm like, I gotta stop reacting like that, whatever, right? So I just started talking to bees, like you said, and now I'm cool. Like a bee could be in my face. I'm like, what's up, Billy? Like, how you doing today?
Billy.
Whatever. And they just fly, but they follow me everywhere. I don't know why, but I don't know. I guess I just brought that back to like gain power over like your mind and
Yeah.
challenge yourself. Even like
Like, I'm bigger than you. You gonna sting me? You're dying.
like watching funny movies and trying not to laugh, or watching sad movies trying not to cry. Like, you know
bro,
what I
you
mean?
just sound rebellious.
It's
What you said?
practice.
Watch funny movies to not laugh.
Yeah.
You
Wa-
practice that type of
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. And watching sad movies trying not to cry. Like it's just
You're a crazy
you're
man.
practicing your like mental fortitude. You know what I'm saying?
I'm all for that.
I'm crazy like that, but I don't know.
I gotta laugh, man. I
I'm
gotta
all
laugh
for
at Will
that, but
Ferrell.
that one just sounded like rebellious, and that's why I fuck with that one. Because bro said I take it serious.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't even do enjoyable things to enjoy that.
I can't hold back a tear if I'm watching something because as you age, you get more sensitive as fuck. I remember one time I was turning 30 and I was like leaning over the counter in the kitchen. I looked at my mom like, "Yo, why I feel like this?" And I felt like soft as shit for saying it, but I was being real. I'm like, yo, why do I feel like this? Like, I'm
Gratitude.
sensitive. Yeah, a lot. Definitely gratitude. Grateful to enter the new decade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I remember that it was just funny. I was like, yo. Now everything I watch, I'm like, so I can't hold that shit back. You know what I mean, cry. It's good to cry for good times, for bad times. Cry.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's bullshit.
What?
I don't be
Bullshit?
crying
I think that's cry.
To not cry?
Yeah, to cry. Like, it's,
Dog, I cry
it's
for.
good to cry. I don't think it's. I mean,
It is good, bro. I'll tell you. I cried for
Not in front of
2
people.
years.
Not in front of people.
In front of people.
Nah.
By myself, I cried every day. It doesn't change who you are if you know the truth, the way of life.
Nah, it doesn't change who you are, but it changes how people perceive you.
Sure, but it's not up to how people perceive you. It's how the source, the most high. You know what I mean? It's about the one, how the one perceives you.
Nah.
It is.
I mean, it don't matter what other, but like your daughter.
I can say it's proof for me because I cried when my son passed away. I cried every day, hiding it from people, showing it in front of people. Cried every day. What I'm really trying to say is okay to cry. You know, let it out.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Don't
100%.
hold that in because it's gonna get worse.
When it comes to a loss of a hell yeah, you cry.
Same thing. I mean, I in general to cry, not cry like you didn't get your way and you're soft because your girlfriend says something. You know what I mean? Like if a loved one passed away or like if you got in a breakup, it's okay to cry on your own.
Yeah.
You may have cried in front of your significant other during the breakup. It is what it is. You learn. But overall, crying is healthy. You know what I mean?
I'm
For
one of those
joy
people
and
who
for
also
tragedy.
I agree with that, but I'm one of those people who also doesn't cry in front of people, and for me, it's more of just being a stoic kind of thing. Like I just believe in that as like a very good leadership quality per se, and
That's where I was
don't-
leading more towards.
and I don't really. I mean, I understand that like crying in front of people may change their perception of me, but it's not what causes me to be stoic. I just feel better being stoic because it makes when I'm by myself and it gets to that point where I really need to cry about something, like I realize like, okay, I got to figure something out. Like that's what it does for me. When I cry in front of people, it makes me go, fuck, well now I
What
have a
will
bunch
you
of
think-
people who don't know what's going on.
What would you
real.
think you will be crying in front of people? What would you think you will be crying in front of people?
I mean, like you said, it depends on the situation. Like it depends on the severity of the situation, how traumatic it may be, how instant the news may be. It's all very situational.
So you partying with your homeboys and you walk out after the club and then you realize your car's missing and you're like, yo, I left my valuables and materialistic shit and now I'm cluttered and I can't think. You're not gonna cry because you cry because you get tensed up and you're heated. You're not gonna cry or hold back, you're not gonna shed a tear in front of your boys because you're trying to show an image. Just say that, just for that in that predicament.
I don't think that I would shed a tear in that moment. I don't think that would even be enough to pull a tear out of me, really.
True.
I think that, like, another thing about crying in front of your boys is, like, I mean, obviously, to each their own. If you feel the way that you feel, like, and you feel it at that moment, and that's what you got to do it, of course. Like, I'm not saying don't, but for me personally, if I get bad news, I try to separate my friends from the bad news, if that makes sense. It's more for them than for me. Because I don't want them to see me like that, rather than like I don't want to seem that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's also part of a man thing. We don't want to have our boys see the vulnerability, you know?
See, but is that toxic though? Because that's people will say
It's not toxic.
Toxic masculinity.
Nah, it's
I
not
don't think
toxic
that
at
at
all.
all.
It's protecting your vulnerability. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not.
your
like
boys
I
don't need to know all your personal shit. Nobody needs to know personal shit. And you may spew a little bit more information than you need to, but you learn from that as you age.
Yeah.
Let me hold shit back, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna save you to a degree. I mean, you get the right people, the right circle, they will help you advance. But overall, no one's gonna save you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think a lot of men don't cry because they think their boys will make fun of them. I think they don't cry because they just don't want their boys to see them that way. Because when you're really close with someone and your bros like that, like that's something that like nothing could really throw away. Like for some reason, men
You get married, and your boy you're cool with for 15 years sees you cry. Is that okay?
I don't know. I'm just for
At,
me.
at your wedding,
I
you're
guess-
crying because you're happy you just got married to your best friend. Should you not cry because you did accomplishment?
I don't think you should. But that's just me. Like I said to you, I'm just selective.
You
I guess.
shouldn't cry in total, is what you're saying.
Like unless it's like my mom dying, my dad dying, something like that. Like if I'm around my daughter,
Your daughter
I'm not gonna cry.
graduates.
If I'm around my
high
girl, my
school,
wife, I'm
you're
not
gonna
gonna
shed
cry.
a tear because your boy sitting right next to you, and he will never understand the sensitive moment and perfect memory you just have. You're witnessing in the moment. Bro, if I'm sensitive and I see London graduate, I'll cry if it comes naturally. You know what I mean?
I think for me that
Me.
question is hard to answer because I don't.
Have for in totality, that I'll speak for in totality.
And even
it's okay
controlled,
and healthy
like-
to cry.
Oh, yeah.
But in many scenarios, there's different both ways you could perceive.
Yeah,
You should,
exactly.
you shouldn't. For all scenarios.
Oh yeah.
My answer is as long as it's controlled. Like I'll shed a tear maybe when like I see my daughter graduate and stuff like that. But to cry out of control, I'm definitely never letting anybody see
Ugly
that.
cry?
Unless I'm even crying in the shower at that point because I don't want to see myself cry that much. You know what I'm saying?
Crying out of control is when we're young and we got to ask what from our parents seeing us. That's the only time. You know what I mean? We don't ever show crying uncontrollably outside of that. Or your teens, you shouldn't be. Or even in your 20s or 30s,
Right.
40s, 50s, you shouldn't be.
I think a lot of it has to do with how certain men were raised as well. Like
Yeah,
with my dad,
definitely.
my dad was not the person who would tell me not to cry, but he would definitely encourage me to handle
up.
it on my own time
Yep.
and toughen up. Like if I'm gonna cry, he'd be like, "Hey, buddy, like
Get over it.
like let it out." But
But see,
Toughen up,
that's
straighten
good.
up.
That's good
Yeah,
though,
that's how I
because
feel
as
about it
men,
now.
we don't really like nobody's gonna come save you to a degree, like you said.
But what's good?
But what's
A dad saying let it out?
no? What's good? Well,
Like to cry? Like if you need,
for
if you
us
need
to be like toughen up, like
To
this,
handle
what,
it.
what is crying doing for you at the moment? Not, I mean, besides you letting it out, right? But there's other ways you could let out in a more controlled way. I don't know. I just feel like a man should always have control over his emotions.
I love this conversation honestly
Yeah.
because I feel like the different perspectives
Go to discipline.
Yeah.
It will go to discipline.
That's how I feel about it. Like for me, I'm just so focused on. Maybe it's because we're similar in the sense, like just so focused, hyper focused on being in control of myself and understanding where things stem from.
Yes.
Like if I just instantly start crying, I have no chance to figure out where things are coming from. I was explaining this to my roommate actually. I was like, if I hear or have a problem and my first reaction is to break down and cry, instantly I've fucked up because I'm not actively attempting to like fix it. And like
Yeah.
that's how I am. I'm
Yep,
the kind
yep.
of person where I could let it out as much as I want to, and that could take forever. If I don't get it fixed, I'm just gonna keep letting it out. So like that's where it stems from for me. Aside from like I
I
said,
completely understand that.
just being stoic. But there are times where I have cried in front of groups of people, and that's
Yeah.
probably maybe that's also.
But have you regretted it after? Did you regret it after?
I regretted it in front of girlfriends. I've regretted it. There was actually one ex of mine who said that they felt a sense of pride when I started crying because
They
was
wanna
that
see
hard
you
to get
broken.
that emotion.
Yeah, and they want to see you down. They want to.
Women could be so tyrannical sometimes, like it's crazy or like so wicked. You know what I'm saying?
She was like, I was happy when I saw you cry because it was the first time that I really felt that you were showing emotion. And I was like, wow, I couldn't just say it. That's how it is. And then sometimes, girls will perceive you as weak. You cry in front of them and stuff like that. It
They
goes
want
a
you to
whole bunch of
open up,
different-
show emotion. You show emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
take
no
over,
girl
control
truly
your
likes
emotion.
that either, though.
No, they don't.
No girl's gonna be with a super emotional guy. They're gonna leave him.
They don't even know what they want.
You know what I'm saying? I guess like again, occasionally like a controlled cry, but if you're crying every night, bro, the girl's not gonna respect you.
Hell
You know,
no.
you
You
cry
crying
more than
over
me.
the bitch.
And that
Yo, where
matters
you at?
more. Trust. I feel like trust and respect matter more than love, and that is a big part in it. Like
Definitely.
showing how strong you are as a man in a role where you need to be a man is in
Yep.
a situation where you need to be
Yep.
stoic. But if you're in a situation where you don't need to be the head honcho at the moment,
Yeah.
for sure, get it out. Like don't waste time on it.
But I see, there's never a moment where you don't need to be that way, even if it has to be to set an example for your boy or like, I don't know. I feel like that's what's wrong with society right now. We have a lot of weak men out there. You know what I'm saying? because this whole toxic masculinity shit that came out, and people saying it's bad to be a man, it's bad to hide your emotions and stuff like that. Like, who said that it's bad, and who said that we're not showing emotion? It's just controlled emotion. It's trying to gain control over our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, I don't know. That's how we were built, and then that spurs a whole nother controversy about, is it that, all because girls want to do everything guys could do, and it's just like, you can't, baby girl, you can't do everything a guy could do. You weren't built that way.
I think where it fucked up was like people started asking the question, do men want to be this way? And it's like, well, we've been working perfectly fine this way for a long time. So yeah. Like I think we're good. You questioning us and making us question ourselves is the biggest issue. Like if you think a man is so toxically masculine, just don't hang around him. But the issue is most people just hang around that guy. Like I notice a very big trend, like where people who pop up who are podcasters, who are toxically masculine, it doesn't take long for them to gain a cult-like following.
Like Andrew Tate and...
Yeah, and the point being is that, like, people always, like, the media will, oh, you shouldn't be that way, you shouldn't be that way. It's not gaining this kind of attraction for no reason, because, like, it's not in demand. Like, stripping men of their manhood is slowly becoming almost looks like a tactic, because if you don't have us to fight,
that's the wicked ways of the world, man.
Look at Jada Smith at Will. Like Jada has done that man so dirty.
That man hasn't been a man in years.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's in the surface. Go ahead, continue, because I got something on that. Go ahead.
It's sad. Like even I don't have respect for Will, and Will is amazing.
But that's in the sight. I would say that's an ego, not you. Let's say that comment will be from an ego perspective of a male. But overall, you gotta look at the strength that Will Smith
is enduring all that too.
Yeah, like he's winning.
He shouldn't.
Inside, he's winning.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't what?
He shouldn't have to deal with that. He should have been.
They're separated.
Left.
They're not divorced. Who knows if he dealt with other? I'm pretty sure that he has. She got up front with whatever that fuck that word is called with that dude, that singer.
Oh, I forgot.
That's a boy with her son.
Entanglement.
They deal with that. She's the one to talk. He's showing humility. He's walking humility, but he's gaining more inside. How I view it, I'm like, yo, either way, he's still winning because she's not gonna divorce him, right? You're gonna look at him. You're gonna shame Will Smith for something like that when you got a cool fly ass pimp Ice-T with his beautiful wife, right? Who will naturally do some stuff. Not sexually, but like show the body, to show the flesh to people or whatever. He's a whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Like there's different levels for everything you can look at. Me personally, how I view that situation is like, yo, that's regular female shit. They think they got one up with that talk. They want to act like they're defeating him. They're defeating him externally. Internally is if he's a real man, he's gonna gain more. You know, he's rewarded. You know what I mean?
Could you explain the he's winning part?
Internally.
Internally?
No, I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but I'm genuinely curious. Like what?
All right, I'll give a quick example. Me and one of my BMs, you know, me changing my view and perspective of how I should be as a young man, as a young adult, as a young father. And realizing the other partner is choosing to stay with the wicked ways of the world and society ways and want to go backwards and live their life as a you know what I mean? Like as a partier or all that shit. You know what I mean? You going, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Damn, I'm blacked out this piece.
No.
I forgot what we were saying for me to say that.
No, you were saying how Will Smith is winning internally.
Okay, yeah. So instead of me being a bitch and being a fucking a stalker or being a creep and chasing and doing all that shit towards her, I revitalized my image and I chose to follow Christ and get closer with Christ and also meditate and, you know, follow holy principles and master human laws. And as I did that, I kept showing, yo, I'm a man of integrity. My word and my honesty is what was real. And they were so blinded by the wicked ways of the world that they couldn't see me, you know what I mean? Like as being pure inside. The external looked bad, right? But in the outside world, the external world, people are looking at her as a win because now she gets to go here, go there, and live their life. And then they'll look at you like, yo, you're being celibate. Yo, you're being faithful to her, and that person is doing whatever they're doing. I'm like, yeah, because in the long run, I'm gonna win. And I tell you why I win, because I got closer to Christ, right? I attained more knowledge. I got more peaceful. I showed more gratitude to everyone who's in my path. Mm-hmm. I learned more to be a great father figure forever for my daughter off of that situation against the lady. I learned how to still show a love for the parent and no hate after the fact that there was toxic after toxic scenarios and like dangerous situations that I had to endure with that bullshit. But it's life lesson. So externally, you look like Will Smith. But internally, I'm winning because I'm getting closer to Christ, and I'm being more of a man, and more blessings came to me. Long story short, not to put a pause on someone's life, but the reality is I'm in a certain, dimension as far as a human, as far as a young adult, as far as a father. You know what I mean? My bond with my daughter is better than ever, right? Because of the decision I chose, while the external looked at it like if I was a Will Smith situation.
Like if you were losing.
Yeah, so because she's out there fucking around and I'm over here being celibate and learning more and gaining more life and, meditating and praying and then witnessing blessings in abundance. So that's internally.
So you're saying he won on an individual level more than anything else. Like he won himself rather than like for the relationship.
We all can relate to everyone. That's why we'll talk about gossip or whatever case. We all can relate to a degree. So how I can view Will Smith in this situation.
Yeah.
I like to give positive opinions on all situations and a bright. So my bright and positive information for Will Smith is like, yo, he's winning because he's not downing her no matter what.
Yeah.
He's still being a man for the family. He's still being a man for his wife because they're not divorced. And people fuck around.
Yeah.
But one thing they mainly said, they ain't gonna divorce.
Yeah,
my opinion is like he's winning internally because you guys can humiliate me, but the man who's walking humility is fucking getting closer to God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely see.
So salute to Will Smith.
I definitely see your perspective. And I'm not trying to take the negative route, but it's just like this dude risked his whole career, right, in honor of her. And the way she's reciprocating that or rewarding that is just messed up. And I feel like it needs to be spoken about. Those type of attitudes and behaviors need to be called out. Same way girls call out toxic masculinity because that's toxic femininity. Yeah. And that's a thing too. And he doesn't deserve that. Like it comes down to setting an example for other men. And that's not respectful. Like as a wife, you need to respect me as your husband, and she's not giving him the respect. So
they're separated.
If I slap the shit out of someone on national TV at one of the most prestigious award shows ever for you, and then the way I get a thank you is maybe a personal thank you at home, and then public embarrassment for a full year,
right?
It's gonna take a lot of power to be the bigger man. So I'll give him power. Yeah. I'll give him power there for sure. Yeah. Like respect to that's about as stoic as I could possibly have spoken about earlier. But I would not have had that response. My response would probably be like,
I would have left her.
Yeah, I probably would have left.
I'm like, you know what? I'll give you the divorce. It's all good.
Like you said,
I wish you the best. I'm gonna work on me, and that's it.
Like you said, like bro went up there and he didn't just slap Chris Rock. He risked everything he's ever done.
For real.
But you know that backstory? Because he was trying to holler at her. Oh, I'll tell you out. Oh, my bad. I thought you broke up. Damn. You're bold enough to ask me out on a date type shit, knowing.
Yeah.
And we've been around each other too. And that's how dudes that you like locally, dudes will be like that type shit. You done with a love, and the dude will be cool with her or like the pictures or still trying to talk or hang out and do some shit. Yeah. That's regular. There's slimy dudes out here. You know what I mean? That's just slimy. So Will Smith seeing that shit in the flesh, whatever award show that is, he reacted off impulse. Mm-hmm. Good or not, I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. It already happened. Her talking about it. Yeah, it's typical for a chick to talk like if a dude ain't shit, whatever.
It seems like she's not even grateful for it. When they talk, I didn't even know it was real. I thought it was fake. And she's like, no, thank you, no, that's my man. I haven't heard none of those words from her.
That's my man. I don't want like not hearing that is fine if they're separated, but like, thank you.
Right.
Like, hey, that meant a lot to me that you did that, stuck up for me, because that was honorable. I don't down Will Smith for doing that. Like, I respect Will Smith for doing that.
You think that was honorable?
Going up there and slapping Chris Rock for saying what he said, in a way, yeah. I'd probably like to respond that way.
Knowing who he is, a comedian, a host, where you're at.
In an instance,
He legit acted off of impulse
from
in that moment.
like in an instance that would
was a moment of weakness.
That would have been my moment of weakness.
Well, it goes with
per
the
se.
age too. Like they get aged up, they're dealing with shit. Man, who knows what medicine they're taking?
And sometimes I feel like if you're at those kind of shows and you get picked and you don't know you're gonna get picked by the comedian, like especially as an actor,
Yeah.
it probably rubs the wrong way. Like you'd like to know, like, hey, I'm gonna throw this line at you, so just be ready. You can say what you want, but like with no warning for an actor, that's different.
Yeah.
Like if it was one of us, you could sit there, laugh, whatever, ha, 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 joke. The comedian just mentioned us. That's awesome. Never thought that happened. For a well-known actor to be like, oh, your wife looks like, what'd he say, G.I. Joe or something like that?
G.I. Jane.
G.I.
G.I.
Jane.
Jane, some shit like that.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
But for him to just throw that, like, if I was Will Smith, I'd have got up and done something crazy too. I probably would have. Weak moments.
Weak moments, but I don't know.
What
Growing
about
up,
they
I feel
both
like
win?
Oh yeah, they got paid for it. They probably both got paid for it.
Right. Any publicity is good publicity, right?
And Chris Rock did a good special on it too.
Yep.
He did. He
got a
made
bigger
some
check.
moolah off of it too.
He can take a smack to the face here and there, accidentally.
What's a
on purpose.
smack,
It's
really?
It's just smack.
He just
What the fuck's a
he that was humility though on Chris Rock behalf. Maybe that was like some type of cause and effect situation with him. Now I'm seeing you eye to eye. We're in the front row, and you legit made a joke, but you and I know what's up with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now's the only.
And I just had a little argument before coming here with my chick. So
Right. That's
take a
true.
break, dude. You're aging. Take a break. You're not old because you get shit popping, but take a break. And it's natural, human. You know what I mean? That's naturally human. Error is natural. To
But
deal with some type of shit in a relationship.
and again, my thing, the biggest thing too, what I break down from everything is
Yeah.
it's healthy to have boundaries. And guys, men need to start having boundaries and set their woman, like, just lay down the law. That sounds bad, I guess. But just boundaries. Like, I feel like a lot of men just let women walk all over them because they're coming from a mind of scarcity. Like, oh, this is the only chick that's going to deal with me. This is the only chick that's ever going to be with me. And it's like, nah, bro, don't think that way. Like, if you have to be alone, like, people need to be okay being alone. If they're not getting the respect, like, for me now, I'm 32 now. Like, I thought I brought the question up too. We shut it on the podcast, but we'll bring it up now. What would you prefer more, love or respect? I'm at a point in my life where I guess I haven't given up on love, but if I had to pick out of the two, I'd rather have respect. Respect and loyalty for me would go a long way because nowadays I feel like that is scarce. Coming from a mind of scarcity, women ain't scarce. I could find a woman anywhere, but a loyal woman who respects me and puts my values and my beliefs and lets me lead and trust, doesn't mock me, doesn't think I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Even at my lowest point, she knows what I'm capable of. She knows my value and she's going to help uplift me. And you know what I mean? That is what I want. And that's hard to find.
I think the thing is a lot of women don't give you the opportunity to prove it like they intend to at the start. Like, because, even a guy, like, I'll admit, like, guys are good at making promises. Like, we know how to talk very well. That's why we're businessmen. Like, because we know how to present things. And that's what we're very good at. We either know how to destroy things or present them in a beautiful way. And a lot of the time, the guys who know how to articulate their words well don't know how to articulate their actions as respectably. And that's something that needs to be...
Well, scammers.
Yeah, that's something that needs to be addressed within individuals in certain instances. Like, and I feel like that is the flip side, which is something I've been working on a lot.
And as a collective, I think that's why we lost a lot of respect as men, because there are a lot of men now who aren't about what they say.
No.
And you can't respect a man who doesn't, is not a man of his word.
I would say
You know what I'm saying?
male. Let's bring it back to the two genders. It'll be a male, and the male acts like a grown boy. Because if they're aged 20s and up, and you're acting that manner, you're a grown boy. You know, men is you could be a young man or you could be a man. Okay. You know what I mean? But they don't have the. I mean, you ain't gonna get called a man. You a boy or a grown boy. You know what I mean? If the behavior is in that way.
Yeah.
I choose or. Not love, not respect. Because at the end of the day, bro, we gonna deal with it. Oh, I want people to respect me.
What do you mean?
I want you to respect me. Damn, they disrespect me because I respect.
Either or.
Yo, when I learned how to respect myself more than the respect I give to people, I could see the disrespect towards me.
Yeah.
Why? Because I started learning how to self-love.
Yeah.
The majority of society, they hopping on different things thinking that's what love is. Oh, I want to get a girlfriend. Do I love my girlfriend how I'm supposed to love my mom, and she's the one? Why doesn't she treat me that way? Oh, both parents didn't teach her how to blah blah. Oh, both of my parents didn't teach me how to blah blah blah. That's learning, you know what I mean? But as grown boys, you could deal with bullshit, or you could be a man. The love, they gonna hate you. The loyalty, they're gonna betray you. You know what I mean? I choose or. You know what I mean? Because I think most importantly, I choose infinite love. I'll say infinite love.
You only get that
I mean,
from God.
because the infinite love is more pure and more acceptable and more
as a man,
breath like life,
and from yourself
more than a human, another human. You want love from other humans, or you want some type of respect, or you want some type of acknowledgement, or some type of attention. But the infinite love, but I choose or, bro.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with respect, and the only reason I know this or say this is because everyone's been through the "I love you, oh I love you too" thing, and like that's always nice. But like the feeling you get when someone says they do or don't respect you, maybe not everyone, but the feeling I get when someone says that they do or don't have respect is, especially a significant other, is astronomical. Like, I love you, like you expect that. Like, even I don't love you, most people can put up with, like if they know it's just out of the heat of the moment. But like, I don't respect you. Hearing those words,
yeah,
boom, that's like the punch to the. That's
who's bold enough to say some shit like that?
I've been told that. I've been told that by
from a chick
one time. Yeah.
Who don't respect themselves.
Oh no, that's a fact too. But
that's the reality. They want to do the mirror shit.
Yeah.
They don't throw everything. They gonna weaponize you because you get vulnerable with her. She's your best friend. They gonna weaponize you. You know what I mean? And make you feel like shit because they don't know what the true meaning of self-love.
That was a moment not too long after I had like.
That's not the reason why I don't cry while
shed a
around
tear
women.
too.
Well, you learned that. You learn not to cry around.
What, you gonna cry like a little bitch again?
Yeah.
Like, what? I only cried once. What are you talking about? But they use it and they try to hurt you.
They'll weaponize because they don't know the true love unless they're speaking out of their mouth. You know what I mean? That's the infinite love, bro. I'm saying. You know what I mean?
It starts with yourself. Definitely, you set the tone for how everybody's gonna respect you or adhere to you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't respect yourself, can't expect others to respect it.
Self-love, respect yourself,
you don't love yourself,
align with your higher self,
you.
Respect the Lord. You know what I mean? Be disciplined, and then embrace love. Show gratitude. You know what I mean? Show respect. You're gonna deal with all type of bullshit. That's natural because people are on different frequencies. They on different waves. You know what I mean? They on you know what I mean? Facebook all day. They with the gossip. They follow, listening to bullshit. You know what I mean? They out here clubbing or whatever. Teach his own. You know what I mean? You paint the picture on life how you want to do it. But all in all, it goes back to like disciplining and you know what I mean? Yeah. Energy and motion, that's emotions. And a lot of people like to grab on and hold on to emotions and choose moods. That's what mood stands for. Like holding on to an emotion. But it's best to practice detachment. It's best to, practice, enlightenment, you know what I mean? Just rising to the top and, being a better version of you daily, chasing the ideal self daily. The majority of males will like, there's half and half in the world or like in America. That's what we at, you know what I mean? They want to be grown boys and they want to keep being disrespectful and not loyal, backstab their homeboys, steal, greed, hate, envy, fuck with chicks, do all that shit. You know what I mean? They slimy people out here.
Yep.
And then there's the other half where they're, you know, they're practicing some type of religion. You know, they're practicing something where they're getting close to peace and they're trying to make a better situation for generations to come within their family or their community or whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? It's half and half on everything in life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We learn. Sometimes we get stuck into the wicked ways of the world
I don't
with
know if
certain
it's
vices.
half and half, like 60-40. 60-40, 60-40. There's more wicked than well, I don't know. I guess it's all perception, I guess. But it starts with yourself. It starts with yourself, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You see the world the way you want to see the world, right?
That's 100%.
I see it as heaven on earth because I went through hell, and yeah, there's times where it's challenging daily, but I got to a point where it's heaven on earth. And of course, you're dealing with challenges daily, but the devil's a liar. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's where for me the spirit comes in, spiritualness comes in, because every day we're not fighting against flesh, we're fighting against principalities, right? Like for me, the devil is any thought of limitation, your doubt, your fear, your negative, right? That's all the devil. And coming from a place of where nothing's impossible, love, gratitude, that's your God, right? That's your positive heaven. And I feel like there's a movement going on. I just feel like people are looking for peace. People are looking for that positivity because there's so much negativity coming at us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So,
especially as we age. Yo, when you're young in diapers or when you're young and you look at your family, your aunties, uncles, what are they doing? They praying or Bibles, or they doing something, going to church, all that shit, right? For the majority.
Yep.
You know what I mean? As you age, you want to get closer to the source.
Yeah.
You know, in my life, in my existence, is no other way to get to the source, because then miraculous things happen. You know what I mean? Dreams come true. You get to co-create daily. You know what I mean? But you have to practice many things. Practice detachment. You know what I mean? Exercise.
Unlearning
Learn,
is a
unlearn
huge thing.
daily.
People need to unlearn a lot of things. Bad
daily.
habits, like we talked about, bad habits.
Yeah. Break bad habits, start new routines, write down goals. You know what I mean? Talk about stuff with people that you could rock with and you know is solid, you know what I mean? And they have the same energy that you want within that season.
Yep.
Or however the case may be. You know what I mean? And, you know, stay away from bullshit. You know what I mean? Don't follow society's ways. You know what I mean?
Learn how to be
Continue to
uncomfortable.
CloudLounge.
Continue to CloudLounge. You know what I mean? We've been working on a project before we get out of here. We've been working on a project for like 4 years.
2-3 years. No, maybe 4 years. Yeah,
But we
4
linked
years.
up in 2019 for a track. And then like the following year, 2020, before pandemic or pandemic.
It was just a track, and then it became another track, and then another track, and then another track. But yeah, we got some music on the way. Got to drop some shit. We got bangers.
That's right. We got a banger. We got a banger that's out
For the moment.
for the moment.
Right now, it's on iTunes, iHeart,
All DSPs, man.
Spotify,
online.
all platforms.
It's online. It's in your
YouTube.
cell phone.
Definitely look it up. For the
Download that
moment.
shit to the cell phone. But we're going to drop something. Matter of fact, since when we're going to release this interview, we're going to release a single as well.
All right.
Oh, that's what's up, yeah. And shout out to D1 because we finalizing his album, his debut album. He
Boy's
got
fire. You got to hear him spit, man.
with Dion from Loose Connections. And that's
Shout out to Dion. We're coming strong, and we're going to keep on coming for forever, man. RZX4 forever, ain't that right?
True word, true word.
Consistency is key.
Consistency
Hard
is
work,
key.
drive, stoicism. Put
True
those
word.
damn boxing gloves on.
You know what
True
people
word.
need now
Knuckle up.
more of these days?
Takes knuckle sandwich.
PHW. You know what PHW is?
PHW?
PHW. You know what that is? You
Nah.
need it. I need it. He needs it. You know what it is?
What is it?
Pure hard work, my
You're
dude.
damn right.
I need pure hard work.
Pure hard work.
You're
Yeah, that's right.
hard.
Stay productive, you know. Make sure you enjoy yourselves today, tonight, whenever CloudLounging
CloudLounGe.
is all love. Go by the name of Xen ReMM, formerly known as T. Remedy, Resurrection, RZX Records, Resurrection Studio, ReMarxx,
ReMarxx.
D1. You already know. Celebrate life. Let's get it.
We out.
big love.